Hello again, everyone. This is Knockajewa here, and welcome to a channel update. So why are you hearing my voice instead of Mudturlin's? Well, Mudturlin wanted to give you the news himself. There's been some major developments, and he tried to get a video out there, but he just couldn't release it in time, and he asked me to do the honors. So Mudturlin, whose real name is George, by the way, for all of you who don't already know that, but George, I'm very proud to say, got married last weekend. That's right, folks. He tied the knot with Shannon, and they're on their honeymoon right now, so that's why you're not hearing them. But please join me in congratulating both of them on their marriage. And, buddy, I hope you have a great time out there. Right now, they're on a week-long cruise, which means they won't be getting back until Monday the 29th. So you should be hearing back from Mudturlin shortly after that, I imagine. In the meantime, he asked me to look over the channel and release some videos just so that you know that he hasn't abandoned you. I tried to get them out sooner. In fact, I had this video recorded yesterday, but I couldn't get it out there due to some technical difficulties. I wish I had more time to spend with him to learn this process. So I apologize for that. But it was great. So on the morning after he had just spent the night with his beautiful new wife for the first time as a married couple, George says to me, "Steve, man, I have one more favor to ask of you." And I said, "What's that?" And he says, "Can you please release a video on YouTube and make sure my subscribers know that I didn't abandon them and watch over the channel?" And I said, "Sure, but man, it doesn't matter what's going on. This guy, major life event, marriage or not, he is thinking about you guys 24/7 all the time. Hell, he's probably thinking about you guys right now on some exotic island somewhere in the Caribbean. But it's crazy to think. I guess that's what you want in a YouTube personality, to always think of his subscribers. But that's how much you guys mean to him. So, you know, on his behalf, and I've seen the comments myself. Just, you know, we want to express our gratitude. And everyone's positive support and feedback to this point. I think he's at 75 subscribers, which, you know, is certainly, in my opinion, very fast, considering he really only started pumping out videos on a consistent basis in March. So thank you, folks, so much for all of your support, and definitely continue to smash that like button and tell your friends, and we look forward to seeing this channel grow some more. I'll tell you a little bit about the wedding, just so that you guys know what's going on. I was actually asked to be the best man at the wedding, which was certainly quite an honor for me. You know, George and I have known each other for 25 years. We told that story in another video. I think it was in the first series that we posted in Game 3. So to some of you, that may not sound so surprising, considering that, you know, how close we are. But the best man responsibilities tend to fall on the brother of the groom, which George has a brother. His name is also Steven. You know Steven as VibeNation from the Call of Duty videos. Now, Steven was named the co-best man, so we were both co-best men. However, it was I who carried the main responsibilities, such as organizing the bachelor party, delivering the best man speech, and even giving them the rings at the ceremony. So to be asked to do all of this was a tremendous honor, and I was so happy to do it. It wasn't a slight against Steven either. I ran everything by him. He was very much involved in the process, but still, you know, it was very humbling, and I was certainly honored to do it. I really wanted to do something that was awesome for George and really knock this out of the park. I had a lot of ideas for his bachelor party. Anywhere from kidnapping him and doing like a mock interrogation and trying to like get him to say something embarrassing and use that video footage for the wedding, to maybe getting him arrested. I know some sheriffs that from where I worked that probably would have done it, but they were out of town at the time. But in the end of the day, we didn't do anything quite that over the top, but it was still pretty over the top. It was nothing illegal. We didn't get into a lot of trouble, but we definitely needed the entire next day to recover from it. We had 7 of his closest friends, including myself. We went strip club hopping in a limo, and, you know, that was his first time in a limo, apparently. I kind of overshadowed Shannon a little bit on this, and I apologize for that. But apparently, George had never been in a limo before, and Shannon had a limo. I guess he didn't tell me this until we got inside the freaking thing. He tells me, "Oh, Shannon got a limo to take us down to the port for our cruise." So I had no idea about that. They actually wound up not taking a limo at the end, I guess because, it was so far after the fact. But sorry, Shannon, for popping his limo cherry first. The ceremony was amazing. George nearly held it together, but he got choked up while saying their vows. Probably, I don't remember which one. It's probably the death to us part vow. I think that's the one that gets most people. But it was great. As soon as he started to crack, all the bridesmaids started to cry. There was just like the waterworks turned on everywhere. And, listen, I was nervous. And I wasn't even the one getting married. I was standing up there next to him, but, I can only imagine what he went through. So, it was great. I give him a lot of respect for that, for getting through it. He got through it. So I'll give him that. And then I had to deliver the best man speech. So now I tried to memorize everything that I wanted to say, and I feel that I'm a pretty good public speaker. I'm a broadcaster, but I don't really do speeches face-to-face. And that was certainly the biggest audience I've ever faced. I just, couldn't memorize these stories, which I did have to modify a little bit, make it G-rated, but I just couldn't get them out there as fluidly as I usually do. I've told these stories for years. But I put them in a very nice speech, which, if you know me, I'm a little bit long-winded. It lasted 11 minutes. 11 minutes wasn't so long, but to some people it was. I was even approached from people at the wedding saying, "Steven, great speech, but why the hell did you make it so long?" And I actually have a very good reason for that. During my research, I came across this thing that said that basically the best man speech should be as long as it takes the groom to consummate the marriage. And I had told George well in advance that I was going to set the bar high for you that night, buddy. And I did. I made it 11 minutes. So I don't know if he ever made 11 minutes, but considering he has a whole week to do it, I'm sure he'll get there. But when you really think about it, I did it for Shannon's sake, right? So I thought that was pretty funny, and most people thought so as well when I told them that at the wedding, except Shannon's cousin, which I didn't realize it was her cousin until after I said it. So sorry, man. That was pretty awkward. But yes, so it was great. I was very relieved to get through all of it, but probably not anywhere near as relieved as George. And then sure enough, the next day, it's back to business. Man, can you watch over my YouTube channel? And I think that's great. I plan to release, obviously this video and probably at least one other. Right after this, I'm going to work on Game 3 of the 4-man free-for-all series. And, and speaking of the series, I just want to take this time and say to all of you folks, thank you so much for all the positive feedback that you guys have given me on the intros to those series games. I definitely have seen those, but I'm really very, very thankful that you guys are so supportive of those series intros. I wasn't so sure it'd be a hit. George thought it would be day one, but it's not for everybody. It's the whole idea of those series intros are born out of what I do in my baseball broadcast, and because the series itself was born out of the idea from baseball, like the baseball's World Series, I figured it would, be cool to continue in that theme. And, you guys have obviously liked it, and I really appreciate everything. So thank you so much. I'm definitely, have some more ideas for those. And so watch out for that. They probably won't appear until later in this series or probably the next one. But the other thing is, if you guys want to participate in the series, we want to get subscribers in there. We had a lot of fun recording it with Ryan. The biggest challenge that we've run into with Ryan, though, is that we're on the East Coast of the United States, and Ryan lives in Ireland. So, if you live in another part of the world, it's going to be very difficult in finding the time to record those videos. That's going to be the hardest part. But let me tell you something. If George is thinking about you on his freaking honeymoon, and that's how much he cares about you, he's going to find a way to get these videos recorded and out there. So, you know what? Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter who you are. If you want to participate, you want to play competitively and have fun in one of these series, leave a message down below and let us know. We'll find a way to do it. There you have it, folks. 200 to 113, 51 and 24. A point away from 10,000. I love looking at the score. I don't know why, but man, why did you post this before? This is some random video footage I found. That's going to do it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the support. This is Knockajewa saying so long, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.